Hello everyone, this is the start of day 2 of the classroom setup. So the last time I checked in, we were almost done with papering the entire classroom. There was one little wall left and bordering to be done, so we're here today to do that. It shouldn't take very long. I ended up having to buy some more paper from Lakeshore, which is more expensive, but again, CM was out of it, so I bought 3 more rolls of the smaller roll of paper because that's all that was available to me. So I bought 3 more of these. I think we're gonna end up using 2, so I will probably return 1. So my goal today is just to get the room papered, depending on the time, maybe border it, but Liza's here. She's just not in the room right now because she's taking one of her daughters to the bathroom. Her other daughter is back there. You wanna say hi, Lily? This is Lily. She's helping. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, that's Lily. The oldest daughter's with Liza in the bathroom. So today we will be done papering, and that will be officially the hardest part complete. After that, I don't know how much Liza's gonna be able to help me because she has some vacations planned, and the rest of it I could probably do on my own because it's just bordering and then cleaning and then organizing. But I'm just excited that the hard part is done. It's starting to look like a classroom, so I will check in with you guys when we are officially done papering. We're almost done. We're doing this very last little section. We just finished papering that wall there. Now we're doing this. And I had to pick up the camera because you guys see how precise these little cuts are here? This is Liza's craftsmanship. It's her forte. It's her forte. Would it be an artisan? No, those are, no. Now I'm gonna zoom in so you can just see the precision. Just with an X-Acto knife.
You know what you guys gotta do? You gotta feel the borders. Feel the border.
You gotta feel it.
You gotta go down.
That's the light switch right there we're cutting. You don't want to do too much because then it's a problem, especially not in this area because there's only so much border that we can put there. So you just gotta take your time.
Feel it.
There it is. That's the bottom of it.
Here. What is this?
That's the bottom.
It's like a braille.
It's like a surgeon. It's like being a surgeon.
Surgeon.
Yeah.
And you know all my Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. There we go. Look at it. See that? See that? So we just have to do that. And then this. Is that all done? Yeah. So this is day 2, the start of day 2. We're not going to be here very long because we have somewhere to go.
Again.
So talk to you later.
Guys, I'm taking over for Latanya right now because she's, look at her over there.
I'm busy.
She's busy.
I'm ordering.
Hit some problem areas that she doesn't want to deal with yet.
What I'm doing is I'm working, and Liza is just walking around pointing out problems and crises that need to be solved.
What I do
She's not offering any solutions. It's just her saying, well, what are you going to do about this?
Well,
And what about that?
yeah.
So I said,
for
why don't you make
example,
yourself useful and blog?
For example, this is a double border right here. And typically what Latanya would do for these random things is she would border all around it. But you can't. Because if you take this border over here, that'll run into this space, and now what are we doing with this? And do you guys see that right here? All that, that's a problem. So she stopped here because she got upset. And then over here, we're running a single border, but now what do we do about this? She was upset and didn't want to do that either. And sweet little Monica over there was working on the door. We didn't know what to do over there, so she stopped as well. So we're working in patches.
It's called classic avoidance.
There you go. There you go. So there's TJ right there.
Yeah.
Doing a great job bordering.
Yeah. I love bordering these areas.
Monica.
Straightforward, just put the
There
border
she
down.
is. So that's where we're at right now.
Wait, right here. What's this?
Yeah, that voice right there, that inflection. That's all the time when she's stressed. Do they know that side of me yet?
know you were recording.
Oh, I'm so glad I got that. I'm so glad I got that because typically you're Miss.
So for all of you that think I have it together
Put
and I'm a
together.
professional, that's just what I sound like.
Yep.
What do I do about this? What about
Yeah. All the time.
It's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Look at this
Be fine.
artistic way
Sitting
of.
in filth on the floor in my good tennis shoes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Those are cute.
It's okay. They're bands.
Are they like a canvas?
They are. They have little color flecks in them.
I see it.
I got these last year at DSW. If you watch my vlogs, it was a part of my haul last year.
I don't like your voice right now.
Yeah.
Look, let's show Monica's handiwork over here by the TV.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful work over there.
That's beautiful work. What happened? Did that fall on you?
Yes.
Oh
Lily,
no.
is my hair okay?
Lily.
Lily, is my afro puff still there? What is so hard about making these borders the exact same size? I mean, someone should have been fired.
For
Because
sure.
the difference is glaring.
You're getting real crabby.
Show them.
Go ahead.
Show the people the two borders that are the same border, but one is thicker than the other.
Normal people don't care. Here's what she's talking about.
You show them.
When the seam runs through like this, she doesn't like that. This is really skinny, and this is really thick like that.
Where?
It goes this way.
Oh, now I see it.
I hate that whole wall.
Stop looking for
We're gonna have
problems.
to redo that whole wall. No.
We're wrapping up for the day. We made some good progress. Most of the room is bordered, except for like the top areas. But those are all easy to border. Those are just straightforward. Liza just found another spot that's really stressing her out. We're not going to talk about it right now. But we were here. Let me see. Where's my phone?
For 5 hours.
No.
Feel like.
Where's my phone? I'm gonna throw that away. For 1 hour and 43 minutes working today. So, yes, because at the end of this whole process, I'm going to say, this is how many hours it takes to set up a classroom. So 1 hour and 43 minutes. So, I don't know if I'm going to combine this day with another day since we were here for such a short period of time, but we're done for the day. The next time I see you in here, hopefully we'll be at the point where we're done bordering, and then once that's done, then I just got to start organizing stuff. So someone asked me in the Instagram questions, like the process of setting up a classroom. I like to put the walls up, like just the basics of the wall, like the paper and the border, and then after that start putting things away. So all my stuff is still packed, nothing's organized, because it just makes more sense to me that way. So everybody say goodbye. Bye. Hi guys. I'm back in my classroom. This is my friend Rashawn. Hi. She teaches 4th grade at a different school in the same district. We just had lunch together, and she is gracious enough to help me border my classroom. I'm hoping that this is the last session of me putting up paper and border today, but I'm just gonna put the camera down. We're gonna work for a little while. If I finish, I'll check in. If I don't, I'll check in, but we're gonna get started. I just set the timer and I'll check in with you later. It's 3:39. We've been here for probably about an hour and a half. We're mostly done with bordering, but we have a crisis. And the crisis is, let me turn some lights on, is I'm out of border, the yellow border. And that is a crisis because I gotta make sure I buy more border, but that it's the right shade of yellow. So what we're gonna do right now, it's mostly border, so I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you the areas that are giving me a little bit of stress. So here are all the walls. This wall right here, it's causing me an issue because for some reason, when I put border on top of there, it's not lining up and I'm out of border anyway. So I still need to border this little spot there. And then this wall over here needs to be bordered up there. That wall over there needs to be bordered. And then the problem areas that I showed you guys in the last day that I was here with Liza, I still haven't figured this out yet. So I do need more border, which I'm surprised by. I thought that I would have more, I would need less border since I didn't separate the walls like I did in my previous classroom, but I was wrong. So we're gonna stop with the bordering. Before we go, we're going to move all the furniture to one side of the room because at some point in the summer, they will shampoo the carpet and we never know when that's going to be. So you need to have all your stuff moved out of the way. They'll move it probably, but they will damage it in the process sometimes. So I'm just gonna move everything and then we're gonna leave. And then I'm gonna buy some border at some point. I might come back tomorrow. So that's the update. I'm very thankful for Rashawn being here. She made sure I didn't die on the ladder. I almost did. But yeah, so that's where we're at and I will check in a little bit. Hello, it is the next day. I'm back in my classroom. I'm just getting ready to set the timer or the stopwatch so I can time how long I'm here. I'm all alone today, which is fine. I got up this morning. I went to the 2 different school supply stores that are local to me looking for the border that I need, but one of them didn't have it at all. The other one had it, but it's lemon yellow, which is not the color of my border. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, and I wish I would have thought this through yesterday before Rashawn and I moved all this furniture this way, is I'm going to take the border off of here, and that is going to have to be the border that I use for the places where I really need the border to match, which is this wall here. See how that's not bordered? And then those 2 spots there and there. And then instead of having that border there, I'm just gonna border that in white border, which I bought today when I went to the school supply store. One of the stores said we don't have it, like she knew that they didn't have it, but said I could order it online. And even when you go online and type in that pattern, this is called the Moroccan pattern, I learned, and it is sold by a company named Trend, that they don't even have the yellow. They have every other color but that particular shade of yellow that I need. And I have to have that shade because if I had bought the other one, it is a glaring difference between the 2. So I couldn't even fake it. So I'm here all by my lonesome, hoping that I finish this portion today. And then I'll be done for the day. So I think I'll be here for maybe an hour or so. But I have to now move all these desks. I don't have to move them completely on the other side of the room. I just have to get everything moved out of the way because this is how we left the classroom yesterday, thinking that we were pretty much done because I wanted the floor area to be cleared and clean so that the carpet can be shampooed. But, you know, again, the good news is it is now papered floor to ceiling. I just got to get things figured out with this border situation. So I'm going to put you guys down and I am going to get to work. I've set the timer. I'll be sure to report how long this all takes. All right, the desks are moved far enough out of the way so that I can get in there and do what I need to do. So just to make sure you guys are clear on what I'm saying. So if you look here, there we go, border on top of that little panel and then border underneath it. And now that has become very valuable border that needs to serve its purpose somewhere else. So I'm just going to take that down, make use of that, and then reborder that in white. And honestly, with the door frame, that might be what I do here also. Like the door might just be framed in white. It's not my first choice, but it might be what has to be done, just given the fact that this little space here is so thin. It's too thin for that, and you know, obviously it has to be bordered, so it might just be white border going up and down that door. So let me get started. Here is the pile of extra border that I was able to gather from that little process. So fingers crossed that it is enough for me to cover those areas that I just showed you. One of the reasons why I had to do this today is because later on tonight I'm going to dinner with my family, and where I'm going to dinner is very close to the CM School Supply where I originally bought this border from. So I need to know today whether or not I need to go to that school supply store and get some more. So keep your fingers crossed. I think there's something wrong with the walls in this classroom. That's what I'm going to say. So there's a couple places, I'm getting ready to show you one of them, and then there's another one back there where I know for a fact that I'm lining the border up with itself as precisely as one can do it. But then there's little sections where I lined the border up, but then there's pieces of wall exposed. I don't know how to explain it very well, but I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to flip this camera around. Okay, so see this right here? See how that border is as lined up as I can get it. And I think it's a pretty good darn job of being lined up. However, do you see that there's a little tiny piece of wall exposed there? Right, that's the water fountain, right there. Now, some people would just leave that, but again, LaTanya has some neurotic behavior, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably shift this up because that's also a problem. See how that yellow peeks out? And I am going to take a piece of just blank white border, cut a little tiny sliver piece of it, staple it underneath that. So from the naked eye, the illusion is this one piece of border is extending to the wall. Now, while I have come up with a solution to that problem, I'm just frustrated that I'm having to take that extra step. So that is happening here, and the board, I think it's that one by the flag, it's the same thing, and I don't understand why that's happening. I just know that I find it annoying. So back to work. Okay, this wall is done and bordered. Now, you see that corner I was talking about? It looks relatively normal from here. If you get close up on it, do you see how there's some extra border? It's right there. So that's the best I can do. Also, another point of just acceptance is this paper towel holder. There's a little bubble right there because I can't make it lay flat. I refuse to not have the paper towel holder I refuse to not have border around the paper towel holder because it just looks unfinished. So I figured that's the best that I could do. It's better than nothing. And then under here, it got real dicey. See that little imperfection right there? I had to just do a little ripping, a little patching, and right there. But really, who's gonna be underneath that? The only people that will know that that's there is me and however many thousands of people watch this video and get this far in the vlog. But that wall's done. I am now getting ready to border that area in white. That should be pretty easy and straightforward. The only challenge might be the little corners there, and then I'll just have that side over there. So back to work. I'm really entertained and enjoying myself even though I'm all by myself because I'm listening to this great 90s playlist on my phone. It's really taking me back. to the good old days when music was good. I feel like I'm an old person now because I do feel that way, that the 90s is when music was really good. And I'll give it to the early 2000s also. So I'm gonna get back to work and I'll check in with you when I finish that. Okay, I finished this. It took about 1 pack of that white border. I'm sitting on the floor. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show it to you from this angle because the desks are in the way. And actually, let me get up and I'll go back there and I'll show it to you. All right, here it is with the border, white. And to be honest with you, I think I actually prefer the white border on it. It's less like aggressive back there. That was about 1 whole pack of border. That only took a few minutes. It was extremely easy. The corners were very easy as well. I just overlapped the border. So that is good news. Now I am going to move on to these 2 little areas here. I think what I'm gonna have to do with this wall is, I think this is like stuck behind the whiteboard and that's why I couldn't get it to line up. So I'm gonna figure that out and then come over here and figure this out. And then I might just decide, oh, and then I have to border right here. And I think that is it for the day. Just kidding, that's not it for the day. I forgot I have the door frame, the back door frame, which is there, and then the front door that I think I'm gonna border in white. And I don't know what time it is, but I need to get cracking because I don't wanna be here too long. Plus I got dinner plans with my family, so. On to the next. All right, I am all done now. So everything is bordered. I'm gonna show you the problem areas. So let me flip the camera around to show you what I decided to do. So starting with the door, I did go ahead and just border it all in white. It worked out. Is it what I would prefer? No, but sometimes you gotta just accept the fact that you gotta work with the space you're given. So I bordered that all in white. I think what I'm gonna try and do for these little areas here, instead of putting border so that it's not like cluttered with border, I'm gonna see about getting washi tape that coordinates with the classroom and see if that works. That's just an idea I just came up with. I've never tried it before, so I don't know if it's gonna work. I got these 2 walls done. Last time I checked in yesterday with Rashawn, for some reason I couldn't get these to line up. I don't know what the issue was, so I decided to start boarding from top to bottom, and somehow that made things work. I had to use the top as the guide for the pieces that came underneath it. That was the key. This is bordered, and then little areas like this. This is not perfect, but there's nothing I can do about it. Like this should not be poking out. But if I don't have any border there that matches, then it looks more awkward than that. So I'm going to accept that that is what that is gonna look like. This area is half done because I'm going to come back and put the outlet covers. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but my friend last year, Andrea, came, or not last year, 2 years ago when I was setting up my other classroom, came in and she made, now I'm not gonna be able to find them. They're in here somewhere. I can't find them, and I'm sweating in the efforts to find them. But anyway, she made little outlet covers out of the border that matches. So I'm leaving that there. I only have half of that done because I really feel like the rest of that's gonna be covered with my desk. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So I left that. And then this area here, same thing. I just bordered the whole door in white. It is not perfect by any means, but it's the best that one can do. So this is a little, this is not what I would prefer, but this is what I have to have. Because if not, there just would have been no border here, and then it just would have looked more unfinished than this. And you can even see little pieces of wall are poking out. So yes, I'm finished with the papering and the boarding for the most part. I looked at my timer. I was here for 1 hour and 53 minutes. I'm ready to go. I'm hot. I'm probably gonna come in tomorrow to start like cleaning the countertops and maybe organizing some things. So I'm gonna probably cut this classroom setup video here. And when I get it all figured out, I'm really sweating. When I get it all figured out, I will be able to tell you guys how much time has elapsed or how much time I've accumulated in setting up this classroom so far. The next classroom setup vlog might pick up with me starting in here tomorrow, but it'll be a whole separate video. So if you are enjoying my classroom setup process, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then I will see you guys in the next setup video. Talk to you later.